If you are stacking gold, there's a chance that you're only buying from one category of the market. The problem is that the gold market doesn't always reward every type of gold equally. Today, I want to show you the 4 premium buckets that gold currently falls into, why each one exists, and how understanding each of them can make you a better stacker. Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph and I store 20% of my income in the form of rare coins and precious metals. Congratulations to Cinda Abbey for being the first to comment on my last video. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, be the first to comment on this one. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Today we're talking about the 4 different categories a gold coin could fall into in today's market. First off, we're going to start the discussion by recognizing that there are 2 major categories, and those categories are separated between 2 different categories within themselves. Those 2 major overarching categories are essentially 4/9 fine or 99.99% pure and everything else. And within that category, we have essentially American, then everything else. So right here, we have the highest of the highest premium products. This is an American Gold Buffalo. This is an American product, and it's 4/9 fine pure. There aren't very many 4/9 pure gold American products, so the Buffalo really tends to stand out. Outside of the Buffalo, there are 1-year issue coins or special commemorative coins that end up in the 4/9 category, but these are not regular bullion products the same way that these other coins we're going to be talking about are. As we move down the ladder from highest premium to lowest premium, next we'll see the American Gold Eagle. The American Gold Eagle is 22 karat, however it's still an American product, so it has a higher demand than most other coins. This 22 karat makes it 91.67% gold, but it still contains a full troy ounce of pure gold. These 22 karat alloyed 1-ounce coins are heavier than the 4/9 fine 1-ounce coins. That way it still contains the 1 ounce. For a few decades now, the American Gold Eagle has been one of the most actively traded bullion coins across the world. Some buyers prefer the Buffalo and others prefer the Eagle. The important thing to understand is that the market often treats these 2 as 2 separate premium categories. The third bucket we have here is what I consider the world bullion category. This includes all other 4/9 fine bullion products like the Canadian Maple Leaf, the British Britannia, Australian Kangaroos, Mexican Libertads, and all other 4/9 fine gold bars or coins. Historically, many of these products carry different premiums from one another. A maple might have cost something different than a Britannia, and bars often traded differently than government coins. But after gold's recent run-up in January and December of 2025 and 2026, something interesting happened. The premiums all compressed. Instead of the market distinguishing between many different products, it largely grouped all of these together as simply 4/9 fine gold. Today, many dealers pay nearly the same regardless of which 4/9 bullion product you're bringing them. Will that be true later? Probably not. If gold continues to move sideways and volatility decreases, I think we'll likely see these premiums and differences slowly begin to spread back out. But if gold becomes extremely volatile again, those premiums could compress even further. None of us know exactly what's going to happen in the market. The fourth bucket is lower alloyed world gold. This includes British sovereigns, 20 francs and other Latin monetary union gold, pre-33 United States gold, Mexican pesos, Krugerrands, and many other historic circulating gold coins. Because these are a lower premium, they usually give you more gold for your dollar than the modern American coins. When it's time to sell, you'll receive a lower premium as well. But ironically, this category often is one of the most efficient. You pay less going in and you receive less coming out, but the spread between buying and selling can actually become very competitive. But this category offers something else that no modern bullion coin can: history. These coins circulated. People carried them, banks handled them, merchants accepted them. They remind us that gold wasn't just an investment, it was money. So, if we ask which bucket should we buy, honestly, there isn't a wrong answer. Every category has an advantage and disadvantage. American coins offer incredibly recognition and liquidity, while world bullion often gives you excellent value, and historic gold combines history and affordability. Each one serves its own purpose, and that's why I don't think it's necessary to choose only one. Over time, I think it would make sense to own examples of all four buckets. None of us know exactly which category is going to be favored in 5 years from now, so diversification might not just mean owning different assets, sometimes it can mean owning different forms of the same asset. Know that this is not financial advice. This is just how I view the current market. But if you're just getting started, here's what I'll say: buy the gold that you absolutely love. Don't spend weeks trying to optimize every single purchase. If you love buffaloes, buy buffaloes. If you always admired the history of a British sovereign, start there. If Libertads are your favorite design, build around those. If you're fascinated about world history and collectible historic gold coins, do that. Because over the past few years I've been stacking, this is what I've noticed. The gold you're emotionally connected to is usually the gold you keep. And the coin you bought only because it mathematically lined up with your perfect decision, that's going to be the first coin you're going to sell. For me, I'm a bit of a typeset collector. When I've spent years building a beautiful typeset of sovereigns or 20 francs, selling one feels like breaking apart something I've worked super hard to build. And that little bit of emotional friction isn't a bad thing. Sometimes that's exactly what you need in order to keep your stack long term. While writing this video, I was reminded of Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough to complete it? This verse reminds me that building a plan is one of the most important things you could do. And before you build anything, you have to make a plan. Your gold stack shouldn't be any different. You need to learn the categories, understand how the market values them, and then build a stack that fits your goals. Then you'll be proud to own it for decades. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Go into the comment section to have a conversation with others watching this video about this topic. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video if you know anyone that may need to hear this. Thank you to my long-term subscribers, and if you haven't already, visit josephsreserves.com to check out my merchandise, zip-up bags, coffee mugs, and of course the It's Today Again coffee. But most of all, thank you so much for watching, and just remember, every ounce adds up, so no matter how small, just keep stacking.